you're not familiar with the story, the altercation between Anthony and Metcalf reportedly began after Metcalf told Anthony to move from their team's tent. Now, according to ABC News, witnesses reported that Anthony allegedly reached inside his bag and said, "Touch me and see what happens." That same source also reports that when Metcalf grabbed Anthony to move him, Anthony allegedly pulled out a black knife and stabbed Metcalf in the chest. Now, due to the unique dynamics of the story, many have labeled this a racial and political issue, with many supporting Anthony claiming self-defense. Now the victim's father, Jeff, was one to come out on multiple news platforms to deny the situation stemmed from race and politics. Eddie Griffin would cover the story on a new episode of his series In an End, and he would go on to take the father's side. Additionally, Griffin would end up condemning Anthony for even using a knife instead of fighting.
I want to clarify something right off the start because I've already heard some rumors and some gossip. This was not a race thing, and this is not a political thing.
There's reports that, they were bullying the stabber, and that's why he stabbed him. If you get bullied, just knuckle up. Why is it always weapons involved with these little retarded children? You got a gun, you shoot it. You got a knife, you stab a motherfucker. He was just talking to you.
The story appears to have many divided on social media, particularly when it comes to the issue of race, despite the victim's father stating race didn't apply, and Griffin agreeing. Tariq Nashi would add his commentary on social media site X and would immediately bring up how he thinks race applies. He wrote, "A suspected white supremacist named Austin Metcalf, pictured with his twin, allegedly demanded honor student Carmelo Anthony give up his seat like it was a Jim Crow era. Carmelo defended himself from the alleged threat. The Daniel Penny case set this precedent, taking the opposite approach." Conservative commentator Matt Walsh would write, "If I told you that a young man stabbed another young man to death for telling him that he was in the wrong seat, and then I told you that one young man in this altercation was white and the other black, and then I asked you had to guess the race of the assailant, every single person would know the answer immediately. Young black males are violent to a wildly, outrageously disappropriate degree, to a wildly disproportionate degree. That's just a fact. We all know it, and it's time that we speak honestly about it, or nothing will ever change." Another social media user, Bishop Talburst, one will use 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse as an example that many conservatives rallied behind. He would say, "Y'all said 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse was justified in killing 2 people with an AR-15 because he felt threatened. 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony was defending himself when he killed Austin with a knife, and y'all think he deserves to go to prison? I wonder why." So what do you guys think about Eddie Griffin's stance on condemning 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony for stabbing Austin Metcalf instead of fighting at this track meet? Do you think Anthony did this in self-defense? And we have to ask, how much does race play a factor in this story? Let's talk about it more in the comments below. If you're into the raw, the real, and the downright filthy, subscribe and smash that notification bell to stay up on all the latest filth. This is the Filthy Wall, and we don't clean it up.